Tomorrow is Colorado Gives Day, and we talk to a nonprofit expert to make sure your cash is spent the right way. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, fresh snow means slick roads, as one man learned the hard way when his truck ended up in a ditch behind the Krystal 93 studios. No apparent injuries from that accident, which happened around 3 p.m. The truck was traveling eastbound on US Highway 6 when it slid about 25 to 30 feet down an embankment before stopping without rolling. The driver was the lone occupant and left under his own power. Stay tuned to TJ on Krystal for changing road and weather conditions. I-70 traffic is ramping up to holiday highs. More than 113,000 cars passed through both sides of the Eisenhower Tunnel Friday through Sunday. That's the most since the second weekend in November, and 13,000 more than the holiday weekend last week when rockslides and howling winds forced tens of thousands onto alternate routes away from I-70. A woman from Fort Collins died in an avalanche north of Summit yesterday at Cameron Pass, the first confirmed backcountry fatality of the season. Multiple agencies report the 29-year-old woman was skiing the east face of South Diamond Peak when a slide broke in old snow and carried her nearly 500 vertical feet. Rescuers found her soon after under 2 to 3 feet of snow. She was not breathing and declared dead on scene. CDOT is back at work on I-70 this week, scaling cliffs near Idaho Springs after 3 rock slides in late November caused detours and headaches for Thanksgiving travelers. Matt Inzio with CDOT.
Our team got together and determined that it was best to push this up, be as proactive as possible, and clear any potential rock that could be problematic.
That stretch of I-70 is notorious for rock slides, and CDOT crews are experts at knocking the rocks down.
A lot of it's just going to be physically removing loose rock with whatever means that they need. It can be, pretty simple shoves in some cases. Not necessarily the high-tech or big blasting that we do in other circumstances.
The only planned blasting is scheduled for next week in the Dumont area. Expect staggered closures on both sides of I-70 this week and next between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. from Downeyville to Idaho Springs. Tomorrow is Colorado Gives Day, when dozens of local nonprofits join thousands across the state for a single day of fundraising. That event has raised $296 million since 2007, but how do you choose the best nonprofit from thousands of options?
I think a donor needs to do more than just hear about the organization. He or she needs to go and find out about the organization's mission.
That was Doug White, former director of the nonprofit management program at Columbia University. He calls philanthropic giving one of the best holiday gifts, but warns it comes with homework.
Find out what their values are and find out what their vision is for the future. You would be surprised at how many organizations cannot answer that question. That is to say, what their effectiveness is for their organization.
And if they can't answer a simple question,
that gives you a sense of how disconnected they are from what they should be doing or what they should be thinking about.
White does not recommend websites like Charity Navigator, calling it biased and outdated. Direct giving through Colorado Gives Day is a better option if you do your homework. In sports, the Avalanche played the Flames today at 7 p.m. And in local sports, brought to you by Wilderness Sports in Dillon, the Breckenridge Vipers lost to the Boulder Bison at home this past Friday, 6-9. The Vipers are back in town in 2 weeks, December 20th, for Pikes Peak. And third race of the A-Basin Rise and Shine Rando Series is tomorrow, December 10th. Sign up online at arapahoebasin.com or on site 6 a.m. at the A-Frame. Racers leave at 7. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News.